Good afternoon and welcome to day 45 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota and I see Billy's in the audience and welcome Billy. Many thanks to Elevator Results, who has been our sponsor for about a year. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevated Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatedresultspt.com. Please be reminded that the recordings of our past spaces can be found on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. A little bit behind on those posts on my YouTube channel. There seems to be, I have a guy doing my conversions, and there seems to be a little mix up with days, so I got to figure that out. Won't be today, though, because I'm going to get a load of peaches here shortly. So, anyway, I think we're up to about episode maybe 37 has been put up. So, yeah, I'll get to it. Anyway, you can find them on my Twitter feed if you don't want to wait, as they say. I'm going to dive right into it because, like I said, I have to go pick up peaches today for my stand. So we're going to get right on to it. Winners around town over at the Aria Sanat Menrotra, I believe is how you say his last name. Won event number 41, the $800 no limit tournament for $88,000. Over at Results World, Christian Cano, I think is how you say his last name, won the Tuesday Summer Series nightcap. It's a $200 buy-in. He took home $6,009. Quite a nice rate of return. Today will be the day 2 at the Win of the Win WPT 25K Alpha 8 Trifecta. Event number 3 starts at 12 p.m. The chip leader of that tournament going into day 2 is David Coleman, who has 2.9 million. Samuel Moeller has 2 million. Some notables in 5th place as far as chip stacks are concerned. Andrew Lichtenberg has 1.7 million, and Victoria Lifshitz is in 11th place with 975K. That prize pool has 2.7 million, 117 entries, and there are 20 going into day 2. On to the winners around town. On to what happened at the WSOP yesterday. Event number 84 is the $600 Ultra Stack. There were 19 left going into yesterday, and we crowned a winner. Karsten Heidman from Germany took home 343K. Second place winner was Romana Eparella of the U.S., took home 228K. So congratulations to those winners. Event number 87 was the 5K No Limit 8-handed event. No, sorry, I announced it. Yes. Oh, no, that's correct. That's event number 87, the 5K No Limit 8-handed event. 4.7 million in the prize pool. There was 1,042 entries going into yesterday. There were 88 remaining. We crowned a winner. Matthew Assanti took home 785,000, and Punut Posari, I believe is how you say his name, from Thailand, took home 523,000. Event number 88 was the 10K 8-game mixed, 1.4 million in the prize pool, 158 entries, 76 remain going into today. The chip leader is Jordan Siegel from the US, has 336K. Mike Watson from Canada has 332K. Some notables still in it to win it would be Seaver, Weinman, Glazer, Kessler, and D. Neg. So besides what happened at the main event, that's what happened at the World Series yesterday. Moving on to the main event. Oh, I was trying to bring Brian up. I'm not sure what happened. There he is. Let's try it again. Come on, Brian. I'm trying. The main event, sadly, Cody is out. He battled and battled not only on the felt, but with his health issues. And, what a guy. And unfortunately, Cody's jacks ran into aces. I don't know how
Damn
many times I
Jacks.
have to say it. Fold the fucking Jacks. But anyway, kudos
Oh,
to
Jack's
Cody.
free.
Exactly. Kudos to Cody for battling on the felt and with his health issues to get to day 4 and to cash and do as well as he did. Um, hey, Brian. Hey, Donna. Any comments about that before I move on?
Yeah, good run by Cody again this year. Glad that he made it through. I think it was a good idea of him to get an IV. That definitely
Yes.
was a
Yes.
great idea. Whoever came up
Yes,
with
he
that.
definitely would have benefited from having the day off yesterday. You know what I mean? But it wasn't part of the schedule, unfortunately. Donna, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, well done, Cody. Props to Mr. Keaton. Props to Mr. Alan Keaton. I love that guy. I've not met him yet. I will do soon, I'm sure. But props to him. Cody, we all love you. We're all proud of you. Love to you and love to your mom.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, great people.
Amen. So, unfortunately, Angela Jordanson, who has been a space cadet, her aces got cracked by King Queen of Hearts to send her to the rail, although she did cash. Still in it to
Aces into King Queen.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Still in it to
How do
win
we
it.
not win all of these tournaments,
Well,
Sherry?
well, because variance is a bitch.
I mean, my gosh.
That's
That
why.
is quite the variance. It's
Um,
almost like Ace King versus Ace Queen.
well, I think we've heard that story a million times.
Yeah, something like that.
Still in it to win it from our Spaces crew. Nikki Palma, Jim Reed, and Chirp are still in it to win it. Um, Going into day 5, we have the chip leader is Steven Song with 4.7 million. Adrian Mateos has 4.5 million, and so he's in second place as far as chip stacks are concerned. Some notables in 24th place, Matt Stott with 2.9 million. Daniel Hetcham from Australia has 2.6 million. Phil Ivey is still in there at 332nd place with 650K. Jonathan Little has 535K. And those are just some notables. There's still 464 remaining. There's a lot of names in that hat. And, let's face it, the leader has 4.7 million in chips. And, there's a lot of people that have 2 million, 3 point something million. So a lot of poker to be had there. And I suspect the lead is going to change several times before it's over. And honestly, Matt Stout, he seems to be on a little bit of a roll. So, good luck to him and all the rest.
Yeah, I don't have a piece of him, but I'm okay with him finishing second to Jim.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Now I'm going to talk about the underdogs for a minute. And at the bottom of the list at 464th place is Robert Rennie of the U.S., and it's listed him as having one chip. So the person above him who has 79,000, that's Jason James. And then 462nd place is Alex. And I think it's Magnifico. Believe it or not, it's Mangiafico. And he has 85,000 in chips. So good luck to everybody. I do want to talk about the women that are still left. And let me just say, when you look at this list of players, A, it's nearly 500, so I'm just perusing it quickly, so I may miss somebody. And B, there are some names that could be female names that I don't recognize as female names, right? And so I may have overlooked somebody because they have a name that I don't know as a female's name. So I found 8 women still in it to win it. But I'm going to say that there are 13, that I missed 5. So 13 out of 464 entries left are women. not very good odds, right? So 112th place in chip stacks is Janelle Jacobson with 1.8 million. 197th place is Kristen Foxen with 1.3 million.
Killer.
261st place is Danielle Anderson with 1 million. In
Another killer.
407th place, Natasha Mercier with 385,000. Talk about a killer. In 426th place, Maria Ho with 340,000. In 444th place, Sarah Lee with 275,000. In 452nd place, Lonnie Harwood Ho with, I forgot to write down her chip stack.
Huey.
I forgot to write down her chip stack, but it's somewhere in the 200,000s, I believe. Sorry, you guys. And then Melissa Bouchard in 453rd place with 225,000. So there's the ladies that I was able to identify because their names were easily recognizable as female names. So, and I know some of them. So sorry if I missed anybody. If you know that I did, please DM me and we will get them on the list. That's the only way I can do it because there are just some unusual names out there, right? And but we do want to include them. So please DM me or put in the chat. I don't care. Just let me know. Just let me know. I want to talk about a little bit of a hot topic this morning. Have you seen what Kiro is going through right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad choice by him, but it's people. I don't know what people are doing. It's kind of whatever. I mean, if he's somebody that's been in the community constantly pulling scams off for years, then okay, I get people being outraged, but like the guy is a good, I mean, everything else about the guy has been good. Kind of probably bad form, bad choice, whatever you want to say, but like hardly a scandal in my eyes, unless we're talking about a guy that's had issues in the past. But to me, over the last year or so that I've known the guy, I've seen nothing but positive out of him. Certainly can understand kind of whatever. I don't know. I don't think it's that funny, but whatever. He was trying to make some funny video or something. I'll buy the excuse for once or twice.
Going to say, for me, like you, I've known him for over a year now. I've actually spent some time with him in real life. I consider him a very gentle, non-confrontational person.
And, that's the other thing.
Right. And I say that I think he just made some bad choices. Like he thought it was going to be funny and it rubbed some people the wrong way. And I understand both sides of that coin, honestly. But I don't like the fact that people are piling on that weren't there, have no idea, don't have all the details, and they're piling on. I have a problem with the pile on. But I will say that people that were there, like Faraz, has spoken up and said, look, I knew that it was a joke. Like there was no doubt in his mind. And others have spoken up and said they knew from the get-go that it was a joke and it was not even, they didn't even consider what he was saying or proposing serious for 1 minute. But then you have somebody saying, well, wait, I thought he was serious, and that's valid too. If you thought he was serious, and you were there and it was happening to you, then you have valid feelings about that. But do we really have to crucify the guy? I don't think so. I think it was poor choices. And quite honestly, I'd like to see him release the videos.
Hey, listen, Sherry, I gave him 1% yesterday of anything I win in the main event this year.
Well, so the thing is, he said he's not going to release the videos, and I say vindicate the story and release the videos. And the bad part about it is his job, right? And he could lose his credentials for the WSOP.
I don't think that's going to happen.
why he wouldn't want to release the videos, that he just wants it to be squashed. So
Yeah,
I look at it from all
I think
sides.
it's pretty much over at this point. I think Froz speaking out helps. I think, everybody else who has had interactions with the guy speaking out helps. And listen, don't take that for granted, because don't make me look like an asshole later on, right?
Right.
Like,
No,
you know,
absolutely. No, I
I
get,
mean,
I get it.
Men the Master did tell me that he didn't steal chips, and I stuck up for that guy and told people that, hey, Men the Master. No, I didn't tell people that.
I was going to say, no, you did not. Brian was just a little fibber right then. But yeah, I just wanted to, put it out there. I consider him an acquaintance, and I would hang out with him, and, I
He's going to
give
be
him the
in my
benefit of the
vlog,
doubt.
Jerry. We did a segment. He's going to be in there for the main vlog. And I like the guy. I like the vibe. As poker players, we read people all day long. That's all we do. And my read on Cairo is he's an all right guy, and maybe he made a stupid thing. Hey, Snoop was going to give him 1% too, but figured out that that Cairo had to pay like $800 in IRS bills or something. So decided not do that.
All right. Well, I just like to, for my personal, thoughts, I like the guy. I would hang out with him. I look forward to hanging out with him. Um, I take him for his word because other people have backed up what he said, right? So I feel like the proof is in the pudding. So we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the Poker Hall of Fame. And I reached out to somebody this morning and asked when they're going to make the announcement, and it's going to be on Sunday. We will find out who's being inducted. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they're going to induct 2 people, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I'm going to read down the list of nominees in ABC order. First is Miami John Cernuto. Then it's Patrick Antonius, Josh Aria, Barry Boatman, John Sanudo, Ted Forrest, Kathy Liebert, John Sanudo, Mike the Mouth Matisow, Matt Savage, and I don't know how to say this guy's name. It's Isai. Asai. Is it Scheinberg?
Scheinberg, the former owner of PokerStars.
Oh, yes,
founder.
Yes, thank you for that. Who cleaned up? Didn't he clean up the Black Friday mess? If my memory serves me correctly.
Yep. PokerStars did it right, and they were able to, pay back even the players of Full Tilt. So,
right.
And then the U.S. government for that shut him out of the market, shut PokerStars out of the market when Nevada, well, not U.S., but Nevada shut them out, and New Jersey, they were successful. Eventually they got in, but too little too late, and didn't let them link up the global prize pool and things like that. So just kind of unfortunate how that whole thing played out.
I'm going to finish this list of inductees because we have one more to name, and it is Bill Smith. And then, of course, there's Miami John Sanudo. Not that I'm playing any favorites here, but
you said Miami John twice, Sherry.
Actually, it was 3 or 4 times, but it's okay.
4 times.
Thank you. Miami John and Matt Savage, of course, you guys all know are my picks for the year. But all these people on this list are deserving, and that's why they're on this list. So wish them all luck.
Yeah, no shade. No shade towards any of them. I mean, I've pushed for Asai for a long time, but Savage, realistically, when you really look at all the things, I mean, Asai, his problem is that he's kind of he's a little bit like John. From what I understand, he's a quiet guy. He's done his stuff, and really since Black Friday, I don't think he's been involved very much in poker.
So people don't know the name. But I will say that this would be a great year to induct 2 people and let
Yeah.
that be Matt and John. And then hopefully from this year forward, we stick with no less than 2 people, but we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah,
Hey,
hopefully they get in.
absolutely. Hey, SG, how are you? Welcome.
Good. I just wanted to comment on the Cairo thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Especially if you're a member of poker media, you should not be doing quote unquote bits. And if it was a bit, then he should have evidence of him saying, no, I was just kidding when anybody says yes. And he hasn't done that. So I'm thinking he's pulling the usual spaces, get busted, and then, oh, it's just a bit. Because that's what people do.
And that's a valid point. And that's, one of the reasons I say he should release the videos so that we can hear for ourselves what he was saying or not saying. So I'm with you. With you. All right, real fast. Go ahead. All right, Donna, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing really good, thank you. I'm feeling really positive right now.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. I know you were saying that earlier today. So good for
Yeah,
you.
Hello, Sherry.
finally looking me.
Hey, do it, girl. Absolutely do it. Hey, any news with your project with Marcel? Any updates or
Not yet because he's still in Vegas.
okay?
When he's back from Vegas, I'm sure we'll hook up with something. I'll contact him and see what's happening. But yeah,
He
Awesome.
told me
I'd like to get
there
back off
were
the
website
grandstands.
problems.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
I
you
need
need
I
help
need
with,
to speak to him. Yeah, that'd be
reach
awesome,
out
Brian.
if you need
Lovely,
help.
thank you. Yeah, that'd
We'll
be
make,
awesome.
we'll make Abby fix it all
Love it.
since she's a
Thank
poker
you for that,
savant.
Brian.
I love it. At least she knows how to play kings pre-flop, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Just
Fats, are you
jam
there?
it in there.
Hi, Sherry. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm just fine.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it indeed. That little project about Sports Betting 101 is on hold right now because the one interested is traveling. So
Okay.
I'll let you know when we can organize that or whatever.
Just so you know, I'm going to be out of town through the 12th. I'll be in Vegas for Bet Bash, so
No
I
worries.
won't be I won't be on much that week.
Yeah, no worries, but I appreciate that update for sure. You have anything you want to discuss, Fats?
No, Jed Omar's on his rant today and yesterday and the last couple days, and
Well, we could just change that
yeah,
subject because, we don't
nothing
need to even discuss it.
important coming out of his mouth. So
Well, and, whatever. I really don't care. So, anyway,
This
should
is
we
the
find out
Drama
what's going
Free
on?
Space, sponsored by Sherry.
Should we discuss what's going on around town in Vegas, Brian?
Absolutely, freaking Sherry.
Absolutely. First of all, be reminded that the Moneymaker / MGM Summer Poker Festival is over. So there is not a tournament going on over there. I'll start out with the Orleans today at 11 o'clock. I'm going to shut off the mic. Sorry. There's just a little too much background noise. 11 o'clock at the Orleans is the Monster Stack 30K guarantee. And that is a $300 buy-in. At 1,600 hours at the Orleans is the Omaha 8 or better 10K guarantee, $240 buy-in. At 1,800 hours is the Super Stack 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in. Over at the Aria today is the No Limit 11 o'clock tournament, $800, $200,000 guarantee. Be reminded that there's only 2 more events in this Aria series, and that'll be tomorrow and what is today? Thursday, tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow will be a PLO at 11 o'clock, $800 buy-in, and Saturday will be a mystery bounty, 11 o'clock start, $800 buy-in. All are $200,000 guarantees. If you want to talk to us about the Venetian and the Win, Brian, that'll be great.
I have more than that, Sherry.
Perfect. Go for it.
Okay, let's start off with the Venetian and the Win. 11 p.m. at the Venetian today. The No Limit Hold'em.
Wait. You said 11 p.m.
I'm sorry, a.m. 11 a.m. Close enough.
Perfect.
Do not show up for day 2 of the Ultimate Stack at 11 p.m. Make sure you're there at 11 a.m. $1.5 million guarantee. If you're on day 2, I'm sure you already know that, and are running up a stack. So be there at 11. 10 minutes after that, at 11:10 a.m., same place at the Venetian, they're running event number 56 of their Ultimate Stack series, another $1,100 buy-in, $150,000 guarantee on this one, and 40-minute levels, $40,000 starting stack, 30-minute levels, 525 late reg on that one. Over at the Win, 12 o'clock is the final day of the $2,200 buy-in, $2 million guarantee. And then 12 o'clock also starting, they're going to have the $1,100 No Limit Hold'em, $250,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack in that 30-minute levels, 430 late reg on that one. Then at 6 p.m., they're running the turbo version of that tournament, the No Limit Hold'em Turbo, $600 buy-in on that one. $50,000 guarantee, $25,000 starting stack, 20-minute levels on that, 9 p.m. late reg. Now, Sherry.
Yes.
Now I'm back home, so I was looking up. Legends of Poker starts tomorrow at the bike, so I'm going to be doing some of those tournaments. But you know what they have, Sherry? They have an event that I'm very good at on Friday, but I cannot go.
Oh no, why not?
It is called the Kickoff. I'm good at kickoff, Sherry, but
it's
the daughter. But I already promised my daughter that I would take her to, I don't know, ballet and lunch and then some other type of lesson or
you're gonna learn not to plan shit on Friday one of these days.
Yeah, that is a shame. $260 buy-in.
Oh, nice price point.
But here's the thing: you come back home, you're like in Vegas, $150,000 million buy-in, or $150,000 guarantee, $1 million guarantee, $40,000 guarantee. That's like a daily deep stack, isn't it?
I know,
like,
but you know, you're get to stay home. You get to drive there and home every day. I mean,
yeah,
I don't have that luxury in Georgia. I have to travel 3 hours or more to get a legal poker game. So, sorry.
But I like to call these the Scuzzball Classics because I really just, I don't know. We'll see if I like going and playing at these LA
it sounds
casinos.
like Brian has gotten to be a poker snob.
Yeah, I vastly prefer Vegas over LA. So we'll see. Maybe things have changed in the last 10 years, Sherry. But
well, I wish you luck, and we can't wait to hear about it. I'm going to go on and talk about what's going on at the Sahara today at 12. $60 no limit tournament at 4 p.m. is their Omaha no limit tournament, and at 8:30 is their $60 no limit tournament. And those are all $500 guarantees. That's what's going on at the Sahara. And again, we thank them for hosting our meetup game, which was a lot of fun. On at 11 o'clock today, over at the Golden Nugget, is their $700 PLO 8 tournament. And at 8 p.m. is their $150 buy-in, their nightly no limit tournament. Donna, do you know what's going on at South Point, love?
I do. I've just been in the shop and I've just on my laptop now and I've got it pulled up ready and waiting.
You're right. Good.
At South Point today, we have the 1005 100 no limit Hold'em 10,000 guarantee This is important information. The 2:05 p.m. is cancelled. This is because of the Tournament of Champions. If you are in that, please remember to get there early because the registration is closed as soon as it starts. Then at 6:05 we have the 100 no limit hold'em 7,500 guarantee, and our favourite of all favourites, the 10:05 100 no limit hold'em turbo 2,000 guarantee. Right, I'm going to carry on driving now.
Okay, honey, be safe. Thank you for that update. Over at the WSOP today, the bracelet event schedule is as follows. 10 a.m. is the 3,000 no limit Hold'em Mid Stakes Championship Flight A. 11 a.m. is the $1,000 PLO Mystery Bounty Day 2. 12 p.m. is the 10K Main Event Day 5. 12 p.m. is the $1,500 PLO 6 Max. 1 p.m. is the 10K 8 Game Day 2. 2 p.m. is the $3,000 buy-in horse day 1, and online at 3:30 is the 10K no limit online championship. Non-bracelet events today at the WSOP are as follows. At 9 a.m. was their $250 deep stack starting. At 1 p.m., the $250 deep stack. At 3 p.m., $625 turbo step into the 6 p.m., $5,300 no limit landmark. 3 p.m. is a $250 landmark for 2K in chips. At 4 p.m. is a $200 no limit deep stack. At 6 p.m. is the $5,300 landmark to the 50,000 high roller. At 8 p.m. is the $200 deep stack, and at 10 p.m. is a $135 landmark for $1,000. I want to give a little shout out to Turbo, who cashed in the 1 p.m. deep stack yesterday. So congrats to Turbo.
Yay! Congrats, Turbo, darling. Well done that time.
Go. I think it was because we were hanging out, Sherry. I mean,
I'm sure of it.
probably I gave him some run good there.
I'm sure of it. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Well, what you got going on? You're going to play at the bike starting when? Today, tomorrow, what?
No, I don't know. It's always a little begrudging.
I know you're trying to convince yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, well, part of it's tomorrow. I have stuff with my daughter who's been calling me while I was in Vegas, who never calls me. She is finally like wanting me home. So
daddy needs to spend time with daughter.
I did spend some time in the jacuzzi last night, so that was nice.
Awesome.
And being back home is very nice. I don't know, but what's at the WSOP on Saturday, Sherry? There's got to be an event, right?
WSOP on Saturday. Here, let me get the sheets out. But more importantly, did you book the Christmas hotel in Gatlinburg yet, Mister?
No, but I started telling Melanie like we gotta go check out that hotel. And oh, by the way, there's a little poker tournament that we might want to attend while we're there.
What did she say about that?
She was kind of quiet, Sherry.
You think?
Don't know if she's buying it.
Oh God.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would have mentioned the hotel and said I'd booked it, and then turned round and said, oh, by the way, there's a tournament that I might like to go to. Brian, you ain't got a clue, mate.
Like
you
when we get there, huh?
Well, not even then, but at least book like a whole itinerary in Gatlinburg. We're going to do this for 3, 4, 5 days, and we're going to end the trip by driving through the beautiful national park over to the Indian reservation, and we're going to have fun there, and I'm going to play a little poker, honey.
That's probably the way to do it. Better way to do it.
All right, so here's what's going on at the WSOP, and I think Brian wants us to tempt him into going back. So Friday is going to be the $3,000 mid-stakes no limit championship, Flight B. Also Friday, the 50K high roller. Also on Fridays, an online tournament, so maybe you should think about that one. Oh no, you got to do daughter stuff tomorrow. Never mind.
Yeah.
Saturday is the Lucky Sevens tournament, $777 buy-in.
Ooh, that's in our wheelhouse, Sherry.
I know.
That's in our buy-in range.
And that's Flight A and starts at 10 a.m. And then you have on Saturday a 10K no limit starting at 2. And then on Sunday is Flight B for the 777 tournament. And then on Sunday, there is a Hall of Fame Bounty No Limit tournament. And that's $1,979. And that's where they're going to announce the inductee or inductees for this year. And then Sunday is also a 25K horse high roller and a mystery bounty $400 tournament. 1-day tournament starts at 3:30. Oh no, that's online. Sorry. That's online. Then Monday is Flight C of the Lucky Sevens No Limit tournament. And on Monday is a 3,000 pot limit Omaha tournament for $3,000. And Monday is a $1,500 no limit. The closer, Flight A, $1,500 buy-in. Flight B is on Tuesday. And Wednesday is a Super Turbo 1,000 buy-in. And that's it. Event number 99 is Wednesday is that Super Turbo $1,000 buy-in. So those are all the events that hopefully my damn fantasy team is going to do well in and play each one of those and, place first or second. I don't stand a chance otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know who did this drawing, Sherry, but next year.
Look, no favoritism and no
How's Team Lucky doing? Is Team Lucky at least in it?
No, they suck.
Oh my gosh.
They suck. But I have 2 teams in real life, not just our little Spaces fantasy team, but I have Team Lucky like you do in real life, but then I have Team NG whatever, no gamble with no future, NGNF. Yeah. And both of those teams aren't doing very good either. For God's sakes, I have Phil Ivey on my team, the Coffee Grinders. Not Phil Ivey, Phil Hellmuth. How could I not be doing well with Phil Hellmuth on my team?
Well, he hasn't won a bracelet this year, that's how.
He hasn't done much this year. I mean,
that sucks.
Jesus. Come on. Let's go. Oh, the fun of it.
If I can get my brain together today, I'm going to stream later something.
Oh, good.
So.
Awesome. Are you really thinking about going back to Vegas?
I can hop on a plane and be there for $16 in an hour. So that is somewhat tempting. So
did you end up driving home yesterday or flying? We never finished that.
I drove, yeah.
Okay.
Mom and I for 3.5 hours in a car.
I tried to warn you.
And, I got the World Series on. I'm listening to it. And she decides that she's going to listen to some crazy whatever. I'm like, can't you play that on your hearing aids? So I don't have to hear it? I don't know.
Sounds like a fun time driving home yesterday. But let's go back to you going back to the WSOP for that Lucky Sevens tournament, dude. Come on.
Yeah, that sounds like a very good idea. The 3K mid-stakes no limit hold'em championships, that's out of my range.
But what about the $1,000 closer?
Yeah, the $1,000 closer's in the range.
So what you do is you make it into the money and win the 7 sevens, and then you just parlay into the closer.
Yeah, if I win the Well, let me see this event, this 777, day A, B, and C. So Saturday through Monday,
Right.
and then they have day 2 on Tuesday,
Right.
and day 3 would be Wednesday, the 17th.
That's okay. You can final table that one and then just late reg for the closer.
First prize $777,000. It looks like.
Whoop whoop.
That would be okay. How many chips you get? You get 40,000 starting stack. That's what's funny about these re-entries. You know, they're giving you 40,000 chips, Sherry, and what is it? 30-minute levels. I mean, like, this is not exactly. I've never felt like these were turbos this year.
Right.
But it's
I agree.
People are just in a hurry to, you know, slam down $777 more. The hard part about that is, like, if you rebuy that event, right? Like, now a min cash is just breaking even. So, you know, that's the thing. Play it once, get through to day 2 and cash, and then, you know, just go for it. Like, everybody's in such a hurry.
Yeah, I'll never understand that with the blind levels being so long. Like, there is definitely no hurry.
I mean, unless you're some pro where they're buying you in, which I don't even get that. Like, I mean, after a while, you're just torching money, and then what? Like, how does that benefit you?
Right.
I don't think you play better under that kind of, like, thinking either, you know? So it's like, now you get one of your bullets through because you doubled up twice, but, like, you're just not playing well.
I'll tell you who I need to
mindset.
Besides my fantasy teams, I need Daniel Negreanu to finish strong because I have a piece of him too.
Yeah. He's up though, right? Isn't he up like a little bit? Didn't I see?
Yeah, he is, but, you know, we still have some tournaments left here.
But he's not up that much on, you know, Software Brian, and that guy spent a lot less in buy-ins.
Right.
So,
well, you know, Peaches is up $400 and some because of her second place finish.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
You know,
25% with a second place finish for cash, and I played 4 tournaments. I'm 25%, and I walked home with $400 some. So yeah, I'm good. I'm in the black.
Yeah, and what? Daniel's up like, you know, 40K on you or so. Like,
right.
That's nothing. That's
drop in the bucket. Come on.
One tournament or one Cody high stakes cash game hand.
Right? Go Cody. Shout out to Cody. Killer Cody. I love it. Hey, Bobby. Hope you're well, bud.
Bobby, what's up? Crazy.
I love it.
So, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll find myself back in Vegas. Like, it's not entirely impossible here.
Well, here's the choices for you, right? The bike, or Vegas.
You know me too well. I'm like dreading.
The bike or Vegas.
Maybe I should see Hollywood Park. Like, at least I'd be like, oh, cool. I'll see Nick or somebody maybe over there. Like that whole thing maybe now has a different vibe to it with all those guys over there.
He meant to say HCL. He did not mean to say Hollywood Park.
HCL. Yeah. What did I say?
You said Hollywood Park.
Oh, Hollywood Park. Yeah, no, not Hollywood Park. Hustler. Yes.
Yeah, we're really talking about HCL.
Do you think that's a bit with Norm that he's like, that's my home casino? Because the last time I was at Hollywood Park, was for a $10. So this is crazy. I had like a contract, and so we left at lunchtime. I felt like a total degen to go play the $10 rebuy at Hollywood Park. This was quite the experience, Sherry. Like,
I'm going to just tell you, you're going to be surprised who's hanging out in the mixed game at the mixed game tables at Hollywood Park.
Do you know where the neighborhood that Hollywood Park is in, Sherry?
I've never been there, but I have been told.
Okay, so yeah, it's in Inglewood, and this is not the best neighborhood of Los Angeles. But like you're probably okay because you're pretty far from like other things once you're parked. So, right. But do not get out of your car or stop.
Do I have it confused with a different place? Is it right by the football stadium?
Yeah.
Okay. I do have the right place. I want to make sure.
I don't even know where it is, like in relation to that now, because all of that wasn't built when I went there last.
Well, and I'm just going to tell you that Hollywood Park has been hosting a lot of events prior to big football games and big concerts. I mean,
it's probably really been redone over there because of that whole thing.
And you'd be amazed at what big names are playing the mixed games over there.
And back in the day, like Hollywood Park had the big horse racing track, right? So even though the neighborhood isn't the best, like you're not really in the neighborhood, you're in a big racetrack kind of thing. So, but it definitely was like an adventure. Like people are just going all in every hand. You're just like, what the heck where did I land? And we had to get back from lunch. I don't know what we were thinking. Like we were going to spend like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours playing a poker tournament. Like, I don't know what on earth we were doing.
It was only $10 is what you were thinking.
Yeah. It was like one of the first live poker tournaments I ever played. So there was that. But
that. I actually sent my daughter with her assistant coach over there to drop off a jar of peach salsa to a friend. Last year. I think it was last year, to the Hollywood Casino.
Oh my gosh, don't do that. That sounds not the idea there.
You're so funny. I'm from Chicago. we visit all neighborhoods, dude.
Yeah, Chicago's a little dangerous in places.
Yeah, every city is. Every place has those dangerous places. It's not new. It's not unique to anywhere.
I don't know. When I was in Vancouver, Sherry, I looked out the window and midnight on a Friday or Thursday. I don't know what night it was, but midnight, and I see this lady walking by herself. I'm like, okay, this must be a pretty safe neighborhood.
I know you're not going to believe this, but you could see the same thing in the heart of Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell you that it's is there a high murder rate in Chicago? Yes, but it's not in the downtown area, right? It's
okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the last few mayors of Chicago have not done their jobs well. And there's a lot of young people getting killed senselessly. And, it's kind of disgusting. Like, they're ruining my city. Like, do your jobs and, make the city safe, for God's sakes.
So I'm definitely going to do some traveling and play some different events this summer.
I love
See how that goes. And who knows?
Love that. Can't wait to hear all about it.
Oh, and I'm supposed to film some of the ends of, I guess my editor has, I think, the tag team almost done. So
awesome.
I think I have to film something for that for him.
Awesome.
Which is actually a lot, Abby. I didn't know. She took the camera and she was recording a bunch of different stuff that I found as I was giving him the footage. I was laughing. Reminded me of the did I tell you in the scavenger hunt last year? So we're waiting to buy into the tag team. Dutch was late and whatever. And I said to Abby, I go, Abby, like just right over here, they're meeting to give away a main event seat.
Right.
And I walk over there and there's like 20 people there. And I'm like, Abby, we've got a 1 in 20 chance at two in 20 chance of winning a main event seat. Let's go, you know?
I remember.
So I don't know if I told you this part though. Like, so I tell Abby, go and run through the casinos. The deal was that you had to go to 10 different casinos and get $1 chips. And BensBenz, like, he even gave us the money to go get the chips.
Right.
And so, but he said the wrong thing at the end. It was the right thing. Part of the rules was that you had to record yourself getting the chips so that he knew that you didn't like send 10 people to 10 different casinos and then, do something shady. Right. So,
yeah. And didn't Abby make like a documentary?
Yeah.
Instead of just a quick
filming a full vlog that later. I'm like, what's taking you so long? And I couldn't figure it out. And then I see these videos. She's like, hey, I'm in the horseshoe and I'm going to go over to the cage because we're doing this thing. And she's just like walking Sherry. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Poor Abby.
What on earth?
Poor Abby.
There goes. She would have gotten a main event seat. That would have been funny though. If Benz was like,
she would have pushed with the Kings pre-flop. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she would have gotten the Kings in. We would have done the deal where, like they did that, the girlfriend or whatever, the poker pro, the one year where I think Skalansky or somebody was like, they were like, what should I tell her? Like, she doesn't know how to play and is going to play the main event. And so the advice was, if it adds up to 20, just go all 20 or better, just go all in. It's like
we're playing blackjack at the poker table.
Yeah. So whoever this is, like, they got called by probably jacks and doubled up and then doubled up again. And they made a run into like day 2 or something, like almost as one of the chip leaders or something, because like everybody's playing super tight and they're just jamming in, and just getting lucky here or there. And then, eventually that strategy didn't end up panning out. But
in other words, it worked every time except the last time.
Well, and it's really hard, Sherry. Like I was trying to describe this. Here's the thing. This is where Abby and I almost got in the weeds. So before we started playing, I thought, well, wait a second. There's a problem with this whole plan. If it's folded to her in the big blind, she can't fold. You know?
Right.
So now we're in a pie. And so I started to tell her, okay, well, if you're folded to you in the big blind, then just check. Unless it's aces or kings, then go all in. Then when the flop comes out, if you flop top pair, then you could maybe bet or just try to check and maybe call a decent bet. And then she's like, well, what's a decent bet? And like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like when you really,
it's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. When you really get into thinking about like even describing to somebody basically how to play poker, not even all this nuanced stuff that we talk about when we're kind of analyzing a hand, it's a freaking ton of information. So like basically what that all came down to, I'm sitting here telling her all this stuff. And then finally I'm like, forget that. Like, just forget it. When it comes to you, if you're confused, ask the dealer, what are my options? And the dealer will say,
God bless her.
Blah, blah, blah. And if one of those options is fold, then fold.
Listen, next time I'm in Vegas and you guys are in Vegas at the same time, two things are going to happen. One, we're going for Japanese because you stood me up. I was supposed to treat you. And two, we're going to take Abby to South Point to play a tournament.
Yeah, that'd be good for her. It would be fun for her to, get in there, play something other than aces or kings.
The perfect practice ground.
Yeah. South Point is a lot of fun.
I love South Point.
If you're there and you're there, especially in the summer, you can lose a lot of money. And so if you're not doing well, it's really nice to go play a couple $100 buy-in and just kick it, and not take it too seriously.
Well, and you can also bankroll build again, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had a lot of summers like where that, or especially the Daily Deepstacks at the World Series used to be kind of my thing, but this year, obviously, I do not like heat. They could have been giving out money, and I would not have wanted to go play in that hot box. No, thank you.
Right.
But next year, I'm sure that's going to be fixed, and they're not going to have that deal, and it'll be great. So.
Well, and I stayed away from those purposely because I can't do hot. And then what do? The very first event, the ladies warm-up event, where is it?
Yeah.
Right in there.
Oh, my gosh.
But I will tell you that it was...
Deep.
Yeah, and I ran until 4 a.m. But I will tell you, I was not hot in there. But I was not in the Normandy room. I was upstairs.
Yeah. The champagne one's okay.
Yeah, so it was fine. But then the final table, they moved us downstairs to the Normandy room, but it was already, we were already down to, it was like 2 a.m. So it was not like a ungodly hot or anything.
I didn't know the two names, and but I knew the names that were over there. I didn't know which was which. And so one of the tournaments I got, drew the one upstairs, and I'm walking, I happen to see Jack Effel, and I'm like, what the heck, Jack? You're running a World Series event in this room that's like 900 degrees. And he the thing is, Sherry, like all Jack hears is complaints from people.
Right.
So right. He's like, if you don't like it, what are you doing here? Go get a refund. I'll give you a refund right now. Why you're always complaining? And I'm like, Jack, that's unfair. I'm not exactly Alan Kessler. I 99% of the time sing your praises and say how great it is, but I'm approaching you privately. And you know what's funny? I get up there and it's the other room, and it was just fine. So I'm like,
the irony of that, right?
Pick the things you're going to complain about, So
yeah, I hear you. Well, I can't wait to hear what time your flight is going to be on Friday night or Saturday morning.
Yeah, I probably go up there. I will probably go up there. Surprisingly enough, I don't know if it'll be a popular family thing with the family.
You want to know how it could become the popular family thing?
How?
Okay, first of all, tomorrow you do nothing but family stuff.
Stuff, for sure.
From morning till night.
Yes. And
today you go online and you book 5 days in Gatlinburg for a anniversary honeymoon. And then 3 or 4 days at Cherokee. And then Saturday morning you get up and say, or late Friday night, after spending all day with the family, you say, I think I'm going to go back to Vegas in the morning. What do you think? You can't be denied at that point, Brian.
Yeah, that's true. When is this tournament? Let's see. We got to see here. Cherokee, Harrah's Cherokee, right?
Right. I have the wait, let me look at I have the sheet on my
WSOP. It is during my honeymoon,
August
Sherry.
August 1st through
Oh my
August 12th.
goodness. Ooh, that is right in the range there.
I know it is.
That's funny. See, this is the good Sherry that helps me, like not this Sherry that's like you can't go to the poker tournament.
When have I ever said that? Except for your daughter's graduation day.
Yeah, you said I couldn't go do the shootout. I was gonna win the shootout. That's
It's
probably the
because it
great.
was your daughter's graduation.
Yeah, probably needed to be at the
You would
graduation.
be on divorce court instead of trying to plan a 30th or whatever anniversary trip.
Look at the price point on these circuit
Yeah.
main events, $1,700.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just out of the range there, but like still kind of hanging in the range.
Well, there's a lot of events there.
Yeah, $400, $1,100, bunch of $400, $600.
That's right.
I think those are really good price points. The 400 and 600, 800,
Yeah.
1,500.
What's the seniors event? 600? Let's see.
They have a seniors event?
They have 2 seniors events.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't looked at this year's schedule but they typically have 2 seniors events 2 Sundays in a row. So the one is on Sunday, August. It looks like August 11th or 10th.
How do I not win a $400 monster stack? Come on, right? Like I gotta win that one, right?
Yeah. Their monster stacks are awesome, and they have a ladies event on August the 9th. The ladies event is a $300 buy-in, which I'm a little disappointed. They went up in price. I think they should keep it at $250, but there's other women pushing for a higher buy-in, so I probably won't even play that event this time. But yeah, they have a lot of nice stuff, landmark tournaments, and yeah.
Well, I think that I will likely end up over there somehow. So,
well, and you
North
got
Carolina.
Say
Okay,
that again.
I didn't know where it was. Cherokee, North Carolina, right?
Yes. And I am going to tell you, they changed the first seniors event. Oh, no, that's correct. Okay. So they are doing 2 seniors events 2 Sundays in a row. Okay. So let me talk to you about getting to Harrah's Cherokee. And then I'm going to have to get off because I have to go pick up Peaches. Okay. The thing about Harrah's Cherokee, it's not like going to LA where you just fly in and then you drive an hour and you're to the poker room. Harrah's Cherokee is in the middle of the Smoky Mountains. And so you either have to fly into Atlanta, rent a car, and drive 3 hours, fly into, I think it's Charlotte. And I want to say it's hour and a half ride from there, maybe 2 hours. I don't remember. Or you could fly into, what the hell's the name of that town? Where the Biltmore is, the Biltmore Estates. I can't think of the name of that city, but anyway, they have a small airport. You could fly into there, rent a car, whatever.
Okay.
Because you're going to do it as like a anniversary trip, and you need to get to Gatlinburg. Pardon me. So you need a car, right? So wherever you fly into, make sure you can get a rent a car for yourself, because you definitely want to drive into Gatlinburg for that. Anniversary few days or whatever, a week, a year and a half, whatever, and then be able to drive over to Cherokee and then back to the airport. So it logistically it's a little tricky, but I'm going to tell you, well worth it.
Okay.
Well worth it. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I thought it was completely different area, so that's interesting.
Now, I will tell you that if Harrah's Cherokee Hotel is too expensive or booked because it's so late, look at the Econo Lodge. And people are like Econo Lodge. No, this is a special one. So they have breakfast in the morning for free. It's a smaller hotel, but they remodeled the whole thing. Whenever I can't get into the Harrah's Hotel, this is where I stay, and it's excellent.
Okay.
And of course, in Gatlinburg, they have 1,000 hotels you could stay in.
Yeah.
So just pick one. Or you could pick like an Airbnb, like a mountain cabin in Gatlinburg. I mean, there's so many options for lodging.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. And when I win the circuit main, then it will all be worthwhile.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen, I have an hour and a half drive to go get peaches for my stand, so I have to end the space.
Hey, one thing before you go, Sherry, is
yes.
I don't know if you saw this morning Dave Portnoy's tweet about Mitzi and Nate or whoever getting paid. Like, that is, like, I was so super offended by that.
Wait a minute, getting paid by who? Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
So one of the Barstool Sports guys was on the feature table yesterday, Nate, okay. I think, and then Dave Portnoy came on, and on Twitter he put out a thing. When is Poker Go paying for all the free publicity or some bullshit? First off, those guys have done nothing for the community. The only reason why Dave Portnoy comes up on my feed is because of Poker Go. So, all the Barstool Sports. I thought I followed them because I see a lot of stuff, but I guess it's just because the different people in poker,
comment or like or whatever.
Comment, whatever. So, I'm just going to say it just straight up. Like, fuck you, Dave Portnoy. Like, what have you done for the poker community? You've done absolutely nothing. And, like, just to be blunt, like Mitzi and Nate, they seem like good guys. But the work that Mitzi did last summer, like, I thought it was kind of cringe, to be honest with you. I thought it was just, like, it was just not funny. Like, he was trying to be, like, the funny guy and stuff. Like,
right.
I didn't think it was great, So certainly not something. We've got plenty of people in the poker community that are characters, and and I don't think they're bad people. I think, like, whatever, I don't know. Dave's take on it definitely deserves like an apology, because to me it was highly offensive. ASG, did you have something to say about it? And then probably Sherry's got to go.
I kind of do think they're bad people. They're known for their misogyny and their everything else of being like the stereotypical jock kind of group.
Yeah.
And I replied to Katie Stone saying that she shouldn't be, being high up on Barstool if she wants to be, talking about being inclusive and whatever about women and minorities. That's the reason why Mitzi got fired in the first place before Dave rehired him.
Yeah.
And she blocked me for replying saying that she shouldn't get in bed with Barstool.
Well, I'm just going to say that I have not read anything, so I'm just going at this cold. I can't say that I was impressed with Mitzi's coverage last summer, but I'm never going to fault somebody for trying, right?
Yeah, he doesn't see. I'm not trying to say that he's a bad guy or whatever. I just didn't.
Right, of course, you just didn't like the content, and I get that.
It wasn't my thing, and Dave coming out there and saying that, like, dude, these guys have done nothing for the poker community. So certainly nobody's signing up for Poker Go because Mitzi did such a great job last summer or whatever. Like, I just. Whatever, like,
and really, how many people would know his name if he wasn't getting the coverage from them that he was?
The thing is, I went to figure out, like, wait a second, I'm gonna unfollow these guys, and I was like, wait a second, I'm not following any of these guys, but they keep popping up on my thing, and the only reason they do is because of poker. So screw Dave Portnoy and all of them. Like that's my take on it. So
Well, and
anyway,
I'll look at that today when I get home. Because I really haven't read any of it, so I really don't have any educated, so to speak, comments about it. But
yeah,
Poker
you like
Go
come
owes
into
him.
this community and you've done nothing for this community, and you just want to take, like, screw you.
Yeah, I really have a problem when people demand stuff.
Yeah,
I
well,
do. I have a problem with that approach.
what's the actor that was on there yesterday? What's his name?
Kevin Hall.
I
Like,
don't know.
what is that guy asked for? I mean, like, you come and you play a poker tournament, and and they're doing you a favor if they're covering you in that tournament. So,
Right.
I mean, just like whatever, like, for all that stuff is gross to begin with. Like, especially if you get a big platform, you should be trying to help people, like help other people, like who are good people, who whatever.
Right.
So, and
Well, I mean, you think about it though, he's a sports bettor, so he's always looking for the payoff, right? So I don't
yeah,
think there's any surprise with any of that. I'm just surprised that there's a demand on Poker Go. Like, dude, get over
I
yourself.
was shocked. I was really like, I don't know that poker goes rolling in it. This, there's a reason why, the coverage is the way that it is. It's very expensive. So, they have to limit and choose what they're doing and what content they're going to make. It is not cheap
Right
to
on.
make that coverage.
Right on. Hell
So,
yeah. And guess what? You know what? We should appreciate the coverage because not too many years ago, we barely had, a couple of highlight reels on ESPN. And so, you know, we are getting spoiled with the coverage we're getting for sure.
I mean, there's no doubt the reach was better under ESPN.
Yeah, of
However,
course. Of
how,
course.
however, right? Like, they didn't do as many hours of coverage
Exactly.
for
My
sure.
point.
And, I mean, it just like I think the stories weren't there to give the main, they weren't developing the stories that they needed to develop to keep the mainstream coverage that they were getting
Well, and
in the
they
line.
just didn't want to cover as many hours as we poker players wanted them to cover. Let's face it. We wanted
Well, that's true.
content and they weren't ready to, spend the money to give it to us. And, Poker Go was developed and is doing a good job. And, you know, like anything else, growing pains, can they improve a few things here and there? Sure. Absolutely. Any business could. And any business that denies that is just a fool. But I'm
Yeah,
thankful for Poker Go. I love watching the coverage. I haven't
I'm
watched
very
as
thankful, and I
much.
think they
I
do a
haven't
great they could do a great job, Sherry, too. I mean,
absolutely, and I haven't watched as much as I want to this year because I'm just fucking life is in the way right now of poker,
yeah,
and it's okay. But I'll get to that stuff when I'm driving or flying, and I will get back and watch some of the stuff I've not watched this summer, but I'm grateful for Poker Go, and you know, and if that's their take, like shame on them. Honestly,
right, right.
shame on them.
I
Yeah.
did
That's
notice, however,
incredible.
the
I'm
Poker
not
Go's
surprised though.
feature table.
What were you gonna say,
Yeah,
ASG? Go ahead.
I did notice that Poker Go's feature tables yesterday did feature some, I don't know, characters with, not
Is he
necessarily
talking?
the
I
best
can't hear
history
him.
recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Hang
shoot.
on one second. Go ahead, ASG.
Now, I was saying that I noticed that a lot of the people they had on the Poker Go coverage yesterday were people with not the best history in recent years. Like they had Mizakowski, who Zamani said was involved with the Bryn Kenny stuff. They had
Oh,
Anthony
geez.
Zeno, who had, supposedly might have stolen somebody's bag with $20,000 in it.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you don't know what's going on with Tom Dwan these days. So.
Yeah. I ran into Tom Dwan when he was buying in, so
can you tell me
just after he bought in.
what did ASG say?
He said that a lot of characters that have had issues over the last few years got coverage yesterday. The guy that picked up that bag with the money in it, and obviously Tom Dwan's had some deals
Yeah, what
over the
happened to the
last couple of
guy with the
years.
book bag
People.
after all? What happened to that guy?
I don't think anything, because the casino doesn't want to get involved.
Yeah.
It's not their thing, and that's the thing to remember as you're doing, especially like not just that kind of thing, but like if you're doing like if you're gambling with people, you better trust them, because otherwise, like, if it's serious kind of money, like courts and things like that, they're never getting involved in like gambling disputes, no matter how clear they are.
And
So
let's face it, that number one thing is the chopping of tournaments, right? You better make
right.
sure you know these people before you even consider chopping with them.
Yeah, otherwise you're running a risk of getting free rolled. So anyway, but all right, Sherry, have a great day. Thanks for jumping on here with us.
Well,
And we'll
thank
see you
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody listening, and those that are going to hear us on replay, appreciate you. Much love, and I'm on my way for peaches.
There you go.
Bye, everybody.
All right, bye-bye.